bá mi pè o. Kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? Rédíò. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo àfínjú. Lórí WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, lórí X, lórí YouTube, lórí TikTok. Kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? Ẹ bá mi pè o. Rédíò. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo àfínjú. Rédíò àfínjú. Rédíò àfínjú. Rédíò àfínjú.
For up-to-date tori wey no get filter.
Politics matter.
Sports.
Ya lo hace. Pierna derecha, directo al arco. ¡Golazo! ¡Golazo!
Culture. Naija and Obodo Oyibo music. Advertisement wey go reach your customer home and abroad.
This is incredible.
Na on top Radio Afiju you go hear am.
You can't be serious.
Na so. Radio Afiju be baba for all radio stations wey dey Osogbo, Osun State. Radio Afiju na better level for broadcasting.
Alrighty then.
Hey there, Super Kids! Are you ready for a ride of fun and learning? Get ready to blast off on Kids Arena with Aunty Pearl and crew on Radio Afinju every Saturday at 10 to 11 a.m. Listen to stories that will tickle your bones, games that will blow your mind, and music that will make you dance like no one's watching. Also lots of surprises and gifts to be won. So gather your friends, turn up the volume, let's have fun and make awesome memories together on Kids Arena with Aunty Pearl and crew. Only on Radio Afinju. Yeah! Good morning, Ekaro, Inakwana, Ututoma. How are you doing this Saturday morning? It is time to have fun once again on Kiddies Arena with Aunty Pearl and crew. My name is Pearl. You already know that, of course. And on Kiddies Arena, we have fun, we learn, we entertain ourselves. And when I say we, I'm talking about we, the children. Everybody, we are all children. We are somebody's child. I'm sure I'm not the only one. You listening to me, you are also a child. So it is not just for babies. This show is not for babies. It's for adults as well. Again, how are you doing? It's the last day. Yes, it's the last day in the month of November. And starting tomorrow, we are going straight into a new month, the last month of the year.
My favorite.
I'm very happy actually. Yes, I'm very happy. It has been a roller coaster of a year. How's your year been? Sophia, how's your year been?
Personally, for me, the year has been filled with a lot. It's always been. At some point I was disappointed, but you know what?
Disappointed with the year?
No, not with the year. with a lot of things happening, but even in disappointment,
With plans.
there's appointment in my disappointment.
Okay. Thank God for that.
I have a lot of testimonies to give this year. Like I never thought, I never thought I would have come this far. But this is me, Radio Fiju, Kiddies Arena.
Wonderful. How about you, Ewa? How has the year been for you so far?
It has been a lot, honestly. A lot of classes here and there, a lot of appointments. Like Sophia said, there's appointments and disappointments. So it's been a lot. I didn't think I could make it this far too. Unexpected plans that someone would just be like, let me take this risk and go. And then it proved it's huge positive. Yeah, so far so good.
Okay, well, thank God for that. For me as well, it has been a roller coaster, like Sophia said. There has been the good parts, the bad, they've been the ugly, but we are still standing. Here we are again, having fun on Kiddies Arena. So in everything, we thank God. And for you listening to me, I don't know how your year has been going so far, but I want you to keep the hope alive, because December is going to be a December to remember. There is still time to have fun.
I'm keeping that a December to remember.
Yeah.
December to remember.
So there is still time. You're still going to achieve. Anything can happen at any time. So don't lose hope. There's still time for all those dreams, all those aspirations that you have for the year. So if you're not already following us on social media, we're on Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, all social media platforms at Radio Afinju. You can also listen to our shows live on our website at www.afinjufm.com. It's still Kiddies Arena, and we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back from that break. It's still Kiddies Arena with Aunty Pearl and crew on Radio Afinju, the radio station with an impeccable dimension to broadcasting. So today on Kiddies Arena, I'm going to just break down the segments of the show. If you've already been joining us on the show, you know we usually have 3 segments, but this morning we're adding something extra, something a little bit more exciting. You know, we're always coming up with different strategies to make the show more fun for you, our audience. And before I forget, I didn't introduce my 2 and you people did not even see anything. Okay, so I'm not doing this alone this morning. I have with me here Sophia Hassan. Okay, Sophia Hassan, thank you for joining the rest of us on the show again this morning. And by my left, we also have
Mustafa Faladara Ewa Olua.
Okay, Ewa Olua is also here again this morning. So the first segment of the show, we have our storytelling segment. Of course, that's by Ewa. One of these days, we're going to switch. We're going to switch, as Sophia had suggested. We're going to switch positions. Ewa will take Sophia's segment, and Sophia will take Ewa segment. Let's see how that goes. So Sophia is going to be taking us on the storytelling segment this morning. I wonder what she has for us this morning, but I can't tell.
No,
Ewa is taking us on. Ewa is taking us on the storytelling segment. I wonder what you have for us this morning, but we're going to find out when you start. And then in the next segment of the show is our grammar and current affairs segment by Sophia, and also word of the day. And then the third segment is our safety segment by me, and the last segment we are adding is the game on segment. Yes, we're going to be playing games. So game on here on Kiddies Arena. Trust me, you don't want to miss it because it's going to be fun. So I see you, esteemed Temitayo. Thank you for joining. He says good morning and welcome. So good morning to you as well. Like I said, you don't want to miss any part of the show because it's going to be so much fun. And without wasting much of our time, we're going straight into the storytelling segment by Ewa. Over to you.
All right, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I want to send all of you into the new month with new motivation. Last week we talked about never lose hope.
Yes.
Today we're talking about a story titled Making a Difference. Making a difference. Let's start. Tom used to go for a walk every day on the beach. One day he noticed a man who was leaning down to pick up something and then threw it in the water. When he got close, he saw that that person was picking up a starfish and that had washed up on the beach, and he was picking them one at a time and throwing them back in the water. Tom got confused and approached that man and said, "Good evening. I was wondering what you were doing." The man smiled and replied, "I am throwing back starfish which were washed up on the shore, and if I don't throw them back in the ocean, they will die up here." Tom replied, "I understand." Then a little while later, he said, "But there must be thousands of starfish on this beach, and you can't possibly get all of them. And this may be happening on hundreds of beaches. Then how does throwing some of these starfish back in the ocean make a difference?" The man smiled. He bent down and picked up yet another starfish, then threw it back in the ocean, and then pointing toward the fish, replied, "It will make a difference to that one starfish." The moral of our short story, very short story today, is we all have the opportunity to help create positive change. But people tend to think that, how much difference can I make? We might not be able to change the entire world, but at least you can change a small part of it for someone. Most common reason to we procrastinate is because we see the challenge before us as overwhelming, and that a good way to counter that is to break the challenge down into smaller pieces, then take those one at a time, like one starfish at a time. So that is the moral of today's story. Making a difference.
Thank you so much, Ewa. You know what this story reminds me of? It reminds me of, I won't say a similar story in the Bible, but there's something, the story of the shepherd and the 100 sheep or thereabouts. So a shepherd was tending to his flock of sheep, and then along the line, one got missing. So instead of 100, there was 99. And you know, it's easy for people to say, but you still have 99 left. What are you worried about? Why are you looking for that one when you have 99 left? But at the end of the day, you find out it is not about you. It is about that one that is lost, that one that is going astray, that does not know the left from the right. It is about the difference. It may not mean much to you to lose one when you have 99, but that one that has gone out, that has gone astray, that is lost, it will mean so much to that person. It will change. It can literally change their lives. So bringing it back to the story of today, you know, the person will say, "Why are you putting back all these fishes? There are millions of fishes on the shore. Why are you doing this?" Because if we look at it, it's possible he's not even able to put back all the starfishes washed ashore.
Not even half.
It's not possible. But the little difference it can make in the life of the few, it can be one, it can be two. The little difference, it will make so much difference in the life of those few. So just like in the moral, or in the concluding part of the moral of the story, where Ewa said, it can be when you have a huge task or a huge project you have to. I think what this story is just telling us is that one step at a time. A little effort goes a long way. So you might have a huge project that you have to conquer, you have to complete. It's looking so cumbersome, but here's the trick here. Like she mentioned, break it down into smaller parts. I mean, it's understandable that it will look overwhelming. All big projects do. They do look overwhelming at first, but you will see that when you break it down into little subsections, into little parts, you want to write, maybe you want to write you might want to write a story, you might just want to do something that the concluding part is very huge. But when you break it part into subsections, okay, part 1, part 2, or you set goals. You can set goals over a period of time or over a time frame. Let's say the project might take like a year to achieve. A year might seem like a long time. It might even take 5-10 years to achieve, which is a long time, of course. But when you set a goal, when you structure it in such a way that you say, okay, in the next 1 year, this is what I tend to have achieved, this is what I want, this is where it should have gotten to, and then you put the steps in place such that in that 1 year you've not achieved everything. No, the project is not completed yet. That thing, that business, whatever it is that you want to do, it has not been completed. But when you look back, you will see that you're not at the beginning anymore. You have moved 1 step ahead. So if you have 10 steps to complete that project, you've already done 1, remaining 9, and then the remaining 9 again. Even you could have structured the whole thing from the beginning, but what you just know is that you've already completed 1, so you have 9 steps left, and gradually you take it 1 at a time. After you complete 1, you complete the next one, you complete the next one, you keep doing that until the whole thing is complete. So I want us to employ this even in other areas of our lives. It can be when you have to maybe arrange your room, you have clothes scattered everywhere and the whole thing is looking overwhelming. You arrange your room, you start, okay, let me start by folding my clothes. Oh, next I'm going to wash the plates. Oh, next I'm going to do the laundry. Just like that. Before you know it, you've completed everything. So thank you so much, Ewa, for that beautiful
for your contribution.
Thank you so much for that beautiful story. And right about now, we're going into the grammar and current affairs segment by Sophia. So what's good, Sophia? What do you have for us this morning?
Good morning, everyone. Just before I go further in my teaching this morning, I'm not spending anything more than 15 minutes. I promise.
Okay. We shall see.
I promise.
It's recorded. I hope you know.
I promise.
Okay.
So already we I think we started with what we call as orders of speech. We talked about the noun. We talked about the pronoun. We talked about the verb. The adjectives. But this morning we are just moving away from order of speech. We're talking about punctuation marks. Marks this morning. And what are punctuation marks? These are full stop that we also call period, the comma, the semicolon, the colon, the question mark, the exclamation mark, the apostrophe, the quotation marks, the bracket, the dash, and the hyphen. So these are punctuation marks. So we are going to start one by one. So let's talk about full stop. We can also call this period. It's like that simple dot that we see now, probably compression, a passage, written sentences. That small dot that we put there. So where do we use it? How do we imply it? Because whenever we are writing something like essay, we are reading, we are meant to write a lot of things. Our English teacher will always ring some parts. They always ring it. Probably you're supposed to put a full stop there, you don't put it there, you missed a full stop there, the full stop that was there was really unnecessary. So where do we need our full stops? So we have like 8 uses of full stops, but we're looking at a very few of them this morning. So let's talk about ending a sentence. We use a full stop to end a sentence, and a period we can also call full stop period. A full stop is used to mark the end of a sentence, like a sentence, I want to eat. That's a sentence. It makes a complete thought already. You already ended the sentence. So it is required for us to put a full stop there. It indicates that the sentence is complete and helps to separate it from the next sentence. Probably I want to say a lot of things I want to eat. I met Ewa on the way. So probably you want to say a lot of sentence in the comprehension in whatever we are writing. So at the end of each sentence, we are meant to put a full stop to make a whole sense. So another uses of full stop is abbreviations. Probably you don't want to write the full word or something. You want to abbreviate. You want to give in the shorter forms. So they are used at the end of abbreviations. Something like titles like Mr., Mr. MR is not the full spelling of Mr. Mr. is spelled MISTER, but we are abbreviating MR to be Mr. So at the end of R, there's supposed to be a full stop there, Mr. And we have something like January, we can shorten it as Jan, JAN, January. So at the end of N, there's supposed to be a full stop there. So these are uses of full stop as well. We have something like decimal point. In mathematics, whenever we are talking about figures, whenever we are talking about numbers that deals with decimal, a period is used. That means a full stop is used as a decimal point to separate the whole part of a number from the fractional part. So in mathematics, we call something improper fraction and proper fraction, and after we divide it, we have to get some decimal points. That's for mathematicians. But 3.14, that point in between, it's our period. We are separating the whole number from the fraction that we have converted to get our decimal points. That's we go into mathematics though. And there's something called ellipses. This is a full stop can be used to indicate an ellipsis. A pause, ellipsis is actually a pause or omission in speech or writing. Like you're trying to